Hey, this is Mike with J&M Reviews. Today I have the pleasure of reviewing this beautiful telescope by Meezaa. So this is their instructional manual. So this is the Telescope 150EQ. So I won't go over the manual too much. It just shows basically the pieces, how to put it together, which we're going to do now in a moment. And yeah, so just letting you know, the instruction manual is great. It has some really nice pictures. You would have the tripod. It's very simple to put together. It has this little base mount here, and you just slide it right in the middle here. You can loosen the legs here, right? So if you want to loosen them up, loosen it, and then they slide in and out. So I like to have them out and um, locked in place that you would see before. So in the middle, it has the equatorial mount, which I will show you now. This goes in here. And yeah, so let's go ahead and put that in. So you have this part here. So this is like I would say this is three pieces, four pieces, I would say, main parts of the telescope. You have the tripod. Now I'll demonstrate now the telescope tube, which is right here. Okay. And then we also have the equatorial mount. So I would recommend once you receive this, this is pretty heavy. It's small. It is small, but it's probably like 30 pounds or something like that. I didn't weigh it, but it feels like it's 30 pounds or 20 something pounds. So this is very heavy, so just be careful. You don't want this to fall on you or anything like that. You would connect it right. It has this stick here. It goes through this hole, and then it goes through here, and then you just as you can see, just twist it on. Just twist it, and it'll just connect to this part here. So this will come on its own. This connects to this. So, and it pretty much is nice that it all comes pretty much connected. I did connect this piece right here, and that's basically it. Everything else came done. So let's put it in. And you want to make sure this heavy part of the telescope is facing down. So it's over here. You want it facing downwards. And then this also has this right here. And you would connect this on the bottom of the mount. So you have here the telescope. It also has this part here. So you would put it in like this, and it has this mount here to look through. And then, of course, you have here the hole that you would look through it, right? So let's put this in. So how do you slide it in? It has this part here, and it's going to go right here. So put it here. You want to loosen these screws out, and then it'll slide right in. I didn't realize that those screws had to be loose, and then I was trying to put it in for the longest time, and it wouldn't go in. So make sure that if those screws are not loose, this thing will not go in. So I always like to double check. Okay, and then I like to hold it in place, and then I tighten the screws of the telescope. I'm gonna let it go. You want to make sure that it's at a good position. Okay, so here we have the telescope. Once again, we have the tripod here, and we have this heavy part that holds the telescope in place. This is the telescope itself, and you have here this part here. The equatorial mount is here. Of course, you can look through it through here, and of course, whoops. So just make sure it stays in place because it does move a little bit, but there you go. So yeah, you just don't want it to wobble too much, but as you can see, it does stay in place pretty well. It's beautiful. I really like it. Definitely check it out to look into the moon, to the stars.